Hello and welcome back to OJS for Editors. In this lesson, we'll look at how the section editor chooses reviewers and assigns them to a new submission. By doing so, the section editor can use OJS to efficiently contact a reviewer to see if he's willing to accept a particular assignment. You may remember Kofi from the earlier lesson on roles in OJS. Kofi is a communications scholar and would make a good reviewer for the author's submission because one of his areas of expertise is Creative Commons licensing. He's sought after as a reviewer because he's highly regarded in his field. Kafui, the section editor for the submission, has also found that Kofi completes reviews promptly and in an objective, even-handed style. She hasn't asked him to review a submission to the journal in a while because she doesn't want to overwork him and damage his long-term relationship with the journal. Joe's going to show us now how Kafui assigns Kofi to review the new submission using OJS.
From the section editor homepage, Kafui can look up the submission by using the search engine in the middle of the page, if there are a lot of submissions awaiting her attention, or by clicking on the title of the article in the list. This will take her to the submissions review page. In the submission description area, you will notice that it says, Upload a revised review version. Recall that for double-blind peer review, neither the author nor the reviewer should know each other's identity. So the author is supposed to remove personally identifying information from the file when she submits her article. This dialog box offers an extra point where the section editor can make sure the document has been properly stripped of information that identifies the author. Kafui checks the review version of the submission by clicking the file name, downloading the article, and inspecting the text and the document properties. If she needs to remove personally identifying information, she saves the changes and uploads a revised review version. In case the section editor needs guidance, the Ensuring a Blind Review link opens the same instructions we saw in the author's submission process. Now to make a choice of reviewer, Kafui needs to click Select Reviewer. Here she is presented with a list of reviewers to choose from, which shows their reviewing interests and how they've been rated by past reviewers. Note that there is a search box that allows the section editor to search for a reviewer by reviewing interests, first name, last name, username, and email. This feature is very useful when your journal has grown in size and works with a large number of reviewers. In our simplified example, there are just a few, so Kafui can simply find Kofi in the list and click Assign. This takes her back to the review page for the submission. Now Kafui would like the reviewer to use a review form, a preset selection of questions presented to the reviewer in OJS in order to guide the review. Creating these is the responsibility of the journal manager, who works in consultation with the editor to determine the content of the review form. Since the journal manager has already done the work of creating the forms, Kafui simply needs to pick one. After clicking Select Review Form, she will see the options to assign or preview each review form. Previewing the form is a good idea when there are a few to choose from. In our case, let's click Preview just to see what the review form looks like. This one contains a mix of questions with set answers and questions that are open-ended about things like the effectiveness of the introduction and the quality of argumentation. In order to present the review form to the reviewer, Kafui clicks Close and then Assign. If she wants to make changes to the review form, she needs to do this in consultation with the journal manager. If you're interested in seeing how review forms are set up, please have a look at Module 12 of the OJS for Journal Managers course. Next, Kafui uses OJS to automatically send a request email to the reviewer by clicking the small letter icon under Request. This is a step that OJS makes much more efficient. The system creates a form email, automatically inserting the reviewer's name, the title of the article, the abstract, and the due date for the review, as well as a link where Kofi can log into the journal and download the submission. Kafui is free to make changes to this email if desired, and then can send the email. And that's all there is to assigning a reviewer and sending a request via OJS asking them to do peer review for a submission.
Thanks, Joe. To assign additional reviewers to the submission, so that Fatima's article receives a review from 3 peer reviewers, Kafui simply repeats this process. And that's it for now. See you next time.
ilele lo bene